Debonair. Okay.
What's good, y'all? Shout out to Notification Gang for hitting the like button. And if it didn't even start yet, y'all the realest ones in it. I appreciate you anyway. This story is insane, man. These two so-called men allegedly, ain't nobody suing me, allegedly had this whole, I don't even know what to call it, Christopher Columbus type of thing where they wanted to sail to Haiti and, allegedly murder the men, allegedly R-word the women, probably children too, keeping them as sex slaves and all this, that, and some crazy ass nonsense, bro. And I want y'all to look these so-called men, these demons, we gotta call them by their names. Gavin Weisenburg, and Tanner Thomas. We gotta call these demons out by their names, y'all, because this is only a demon can think of doing something like this. To sit there and go to a third world country on some, yeah, we're gonna murder your men, R-word your women, and keep them as like and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, first of all, how, number one, but why? Why? Do y'all know how many times I've been to, again, me coming from Caribbean background, right? Having Caribbean parents. So I've been to the Caribbean often. I've never been to Haiti, but I've been to throughout the Caribbean islands often. I've been to several third world countries, not just the Caribbean, and other countries on other continents also too as well. South America and name them. I've been there. And I've never once thought, what would be a good idea, Dev? If I conquer this third world country, murder their men and kidnap their women it's never occurred to me. Never. What has popped in my mind is, how can I help these people? Who can I reach out to? What community activists, if any, do they have in this area that I can sit there and donate $250 to, $300, $500 to help them do whatever with their schools, to help feed the community, buying rice, beans, having damn clean water. That's what pops in my damn mind. I don't know. I don't speak for everybody else. I can't speak for everybody. Let's get into this video. I can't speak to everybody else out there, but it's just weird as hell, man. Let's get into it, man.
The lawyer for one of two North Texas men arrested for allegedly plotting a murderous coup on a Caribbean island is now telling everybody to, quote, hold their horses. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. Federal officials announced the indictments for Gavin Weisenburg and Tanner Thomas. Investigators allege the men were looking to recruit a small army, take a sailboat to an island just a few miles off the coast of Haiti, kill all the men on the island, and enslave the women and children. Fox 4's Alex Boyer has more on this bizarre story. Alex.
Yeah, guys, to put things in perspective, a criminologist I spoke to for this story tells me that this is the most bizarre case he has ever reviewed in his 29 years in law enforcement. Now, those two North Texas suspects remain in jail. And again, as you mentioned, they're accused of plotting a coup some 1,700 miles away. These are the North Texas men federal prosecutors say were planning to travel to an island in Haiti to kill the men and turn the women into sex slaves. Dr. Alex Del Carmen calls it the most bizarre case he's seen in his entire career.
Well, this is a very unusual case, right?
According to a federal indictment, 21-year-old Gavin Weisenburg from Allen and 20-year-old Tanner Thomas from Argyle had been plotting to invade Gonave Island with a population of 87,000, which is part of Haiti. Prosecutors say Weisenburg and Thomas planned to invade the island by sailboat, heavily armed, using homeless people they would enlist from Washington, D.C. to murder the men on the island, take control of the territory, and then turn the women into sex slaves. Prosecutors say Thomas prepared for the attack by enlisting in the Air Force for military training, and Weisenburg enrolled in a fire training academy, but later flunked out. Both men are accused of
Big surprise.
manufacturing child pornography by manipulating and exploiting a juvenile. I talked to Del Carmen about the wild and highly implausible scheme.
I think it's more than just talk, right? So typically what federal prosecutors will do is they're going to look at what sort of planification, took place, and whether or not there was an intent. And in addition to the intent, whether these individuals had the capability of doing this. And all of these elements of the crime are present in this particular case.
But in a statement to Fox 4 News, the attorney for Gavin Weisenburg said, "I encourage everyone to hold their horses and stay tuned. An indictment is simply an allegation. And while there is some truth to the allegations, I believe that it will become clear what actually did not, and could not have happened."
Hold on, real quick. So
Actually,
this is Gavin Weisenburg, attorney, not Tanner. I'm assuming Tanner and Thomas. I'm assuming they're both using the same attorney. I don't know, but let's go back over this. Indictment is simply an allegation. That's true. This is true, but then it immediately says, while there is some proof, allegation. If these men was 100% innocent of these alleged allegations or indictments, this should say there is no truth to these allegations. So to that, I would say, Sir David Finn, whoever his attorney is, to that, sir, I would say, or maybe my question would be, well, how much of the some truth is there when you're talking about the allegations? Because these allegations is crazy. You were going to take a sailboat to go to Ganav, which is an island off of Haiti, right? Or is under or owned by Haiti. I don't know, whatever. Y'all correct me in the comments. You're going to take a sailboat to go there. I don't think that they were going to do it the proper way as far as properly documenting and going through the embassy, making sure their passport was stamped. I don't think they was going to do it that way. But again, that's something slight. They ain't nothing, too crazy. Cool, still wrong, but whatever. Let's move on. You were looking for an army or putting together an army, whether it was homeless people or whoever it was, and trying to arm them. That's two. You wanted to murder the men. Why did you want to murder the men? Because the men would be the main ones that's fighting. The men would be the main ones putting up some sort of or somewhat of a defense. I don't know the politics in Haiti, so I don't want to speak on it. But I would imagine if you go to a remote island such as Ganav like that, I would imagine the people that live there, they don't have those types of weaponry as far as the defense is concerned. I could be wrong. Again, y'all jump in the comment section and correct me. I don't know. That's 3. 4. So we have murder, right? So 4, you are going to enslave the women and children, and they said it themselves. They had child P, right? Child PORN, the rest of the word, allegedly in their possession, or they were trying to recruit people for that, some crap like that, whatever. But again, we'll get into that next time. So 4, you wanted to enslave the women and children and use them as sex slaves for their own personal sexual needs. If I put 2 and 2 together, it's probably safe to assume that they were going to utilize this as an opportunity to traffic right out of Ganav. So we got damn near five crazy allegations. They said some truth. And let's be nice and say 1 out of the 5 is true. Which one is because all 5 of the allegations is still crazy. It's still wrong. But which 1 out of the 5 is it? Is it, again, trespassing, going there, trying to do all these things, trying to sell and all this stuff, bringing weaponry, trying to, acquire a goddamn army? What the hell is this? The goddamn Avengers? Goddamn Justice League? I'm putting together an army? I'm putting together a team of people, of superheroes that's going to fight against villains? What is happening? Let's keep moving. You wanted to murder the men. That's crazy. The whole sex slave and kidnapping women and children, all this, that, and the third. Which one of the five is it? Let's keep going, man. But this is just my mind. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, hey yo, I mean, hell, I know the defense attorney's getting paid to do his job, which is to defend his client. But at the same time, bro, come on, bro. While there is some truth to the allegations, sir, what percentage of these allegations, or which one out of the five allegations, because again, they all crazy, which one of the five allegations, and that's just me being nice, is true? If I was a betting man, I would probably say two, if not three out of the five is true. If not all of them are true. Let's keep going, man. I ain't mean to monologue that long. My bad, y'all. It's just,
Did not, and could not have happened. If your initial response to the government's press release was, that sounds crazy, impossible, and absurd, you might be onto something.
I've seen a lot, but I've never seen any.
Let's continue reading this. Hold on, I want to continue reading this. That sounds, if your initial response to the government press release was, that's crazy, impossible, and absurd, you might be onto something important. Reserve judgment and don't buy into the hype, at least not yet. Again, sir, David Finn, by your own admission, you said some of the allegations are true. Some of the indictments are true. By what you said, from my understanding, and hell, hey, listen, y'all know me, I dropped out of third grade, so hey, my reading and comprehension skills has always lacked. So I don't know, but let's keep going.
I've seen a lot, but I've never seen anything like this before on U.S. soil.
And we also heard back from Tanner Thomas's attorney via email this afternoon, and he said that he will be defending this case vigorously, and also added that his client will be entering a plea of not guilty on Monday.
Uh-oh.
To you.
All right.
Entering a plea of not guilty. On all the allegations, on all the indictments, or just some? Again, I don't know. It said David Finn was Gavin Weisenburg, defense attorney. It didn't say Gavin and Tanner. I don't know. I'm assuming if I was a betting person, I would assume that Tanner Thomas has his own defense attorney. I don't know. But which one out of the five, man? David Finn? I'm gonna do my due diligence, y'all, and make sure I come back with an update when we have one, when one is provided. Because again, this is, bro, what? I'm still trying to put like oh man. Oh man. I want y'all to comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought about this video, man. Thanks for watching. And until next time, please, man, y'all be safe for her,